Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Agentic AI conversation. I'm Eric Rosenbaum. I serve as the Chief Technologist in Red Hat's Global Financial Services practice. I have about 20 years of experience in financial services, and I'm joined here by Bruno Azena. Bruno, can you tell us about yourself?
Hi. Hello. Thank you, Eric. Hello, everyone. Bruno Zani. I'm part of the Global Financial Services team, and I work in technology strategy. I work with our clients and partners to help them understand how the Red Hat technology helped them solve their business challenges.
So, 2025, certainly everyone has probably heard the term AI at least once an hour over the most of 2025. And I suspect in 2026, it's going to accelerate. One of the hottest trends and one of the hottest topics is something called agentic AI. So, what is agentic AI? Agentic AI is where you're using AI, specifically large language models or LLMs, to have a system be autonomous. What does that mean? The system itself will set goals, it will plan how to execute on what your goals are, it'll reason different ways to do things, and it will take action. So the exciting part about this is, especially in financial services, to improve cycle times, to make things go faster, better customer experience, new products, and things like that. It really is a very exciting place to be. But in financial services, you can think about things like onboarding new customers, doing AML KYC, in that sort of type of environment. You're doing a lot of things. You're checking on a customer in terms of the transactions. You're doing research on that customer in terms of the internet. You're going and seeing if they're an important person and there's restrictions on that person. So it's a lot of different tasks, and then ultimately writing a report and looking at transactions. So think about all those different steps in there as possibly being agents. And if you can automate these things and have them work together, in an agent system, it's not just one agent, but multiple agents talking amongst each other through what's called an orchestrator. It will improve cycle times and improve how things are going. What I saw in a bank typically was that you had subject matter experts on one thing, and they were, an inch wide and a mile deep in what they did. And the challenge always was when they did something, you hand it to the next person. They've got a queue. They have to work through their queue, get to the next piece, and then go to the next person, next person, next person. So onboarding or AML KYC could take, days or weeks to do. But in a set of automated systems, it can go much faster and the customer could be delighted. So that's what an agentic AI system is. It involves data. It could be a document. It could be what's sitting in your database. It's an action. These are done by tools, not necessarily within the LLM, but tools that you've already built inside your system, and the orchestration of all this to get to the result that you're looking for. So that's kind of a briefing of how it works. Red Hat has Red Hat OpenShift AI, which allows you to host LLMs alongside microservices. Think of agents as microservices. So all of it operating on the same platform, which makes it quicker for your team to come up to speed and bring things to market, and also reduces your total cost of ownership. That being said, Bruno, you've done a lot with our customers and our partners with agentic systems. Can you tell us something about what you've done with them, why they're doing it, and the value they're
Mhm.
creating?
Yes, absolutely, Eric. So probably I'll quickly summarize the three buckets where these agentic use cases fall into. There's the kind of direct business or services that our clients provide and using agentic to enable that. I'll touch on a very specific example shortly in terms of stock market simulation. There's a second bucket, which is more around the back office operations. And I think you alluded to some of those the processes that enable the business, things like KYC and boarding complaints, if claims insurance space, there's a lot of exploring the agentic to automate workflows. Then there's a third bucket on the IT operations and driving operational efficiency. So these are the three buckets. As Red Hat, we serve all these three. I've been recently working very actively with one of our technology partners, Simidyne, on developing a new framework for stock market simulation. The whole concept is using an agentic orchestration to simulate a real world, so the real exchange. Think about NASDAQ or the FTSE 100, whatever different types of markets you may have, and using agents to represent the different traders that exist, and use this simulation powered by LLM's reasoning to understand market behaviors, assess risk, fine-tune strategies, and basically have almost a digital twin of your real market and assess how that market evolves and how your strategies can evolve.
And
So
that's
there's a
it.
lot. Yep.
So you're spitting up multiple agents. Those agents are acting like a momentum trader or a trend follower or a hedge fund or whatever, and these agents are simulating and reasoning like that type of trader, and but collectively you're coming together to simulate what a market looks like in times of stress, in times of movement and things like that. Is that correct?
That's right. That's absolutely right. And it's really a solution that caters for our clients in the hedge funds that are doing trading, but also organizations that are managing portfolios and doing liquidity risk assessment and other types of activity. So it's a very interesting topic. It's just an example on how we can drive direct, tangible benefits in the financial markets. And there's a lot more that we can talk to about this, but I think we are quite short on time. So I'm not sure if there is anything else to add, Eric.
I would just ask, so what are the challenges in doing something like this?
Well, I would say that in a nutshell is thinking about your use case and how you deploy agentic in an effective manner, right? A
Mhm.
lot of problems can be solved through agentic, but in nowadays, not everything is really the cost benefit needs to be assessed, and that's also an area that we'll look into. Just because you can throw agentic at a lot of things, it doesn't mean that you necessarily will get a lot of benefits. On this stock market simulation, it's clearly an area that agentic has benefits.
Mhm.
Also, a lot of back office and IT operations. But there's challenges around optimizing, fine tuning, implementing guardrails, which we do offer as Red Hat, evaluating model performance and the behavior of your agents. But that's all things that we can work through with our clients to help them choose the right set of technology and the right set of controls to make sure that they do take benefits out of agentic AI.
So define your use case, understand what you're trying to accomplish, understand what the risks are, how do you mitigate those risks, and then what's the technology stack to get that into production to get a positive ROI.
Absolutely.
Okay, it's an exciting place. I see a lot of people experimenting with this in 2026, and I welcome them to have a conversation with Red Hat about how we can help. Thank you.